why they're expanding it? You know why they're expanding? Because they're concerned about it. And we need to be concerned about it. Should Americans be worried? Hell yeah, because we saw what they did to COVID under Trump. What the world's coming to. Check this out.
All right, turning now to this. Federal officials expanding Ebola-related travel restrictions to include Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. The move part of an effort to monitor travelers' exposure as the death toll climbs in Africa. And the World Health Organization now warning the outbreak will, quote, get worse before it gets better.
It's going to get worse before it gets better. Here we go again with this crazy stuff. I can start seeing it now. Here we go again. Let's see what they're saying now. Oh my gosh.
World posting on X, quote, so far 101 cases have been confirmed in the Dominican Republic of the Congo, including 10 confirmed deaths. But we know the epidemic in the DRC is much larger. There are now more than 900 suspected cases and 220 suspected deaths. We are continuing to scale up the response with our partners, and we expect more cases to be identified in the coming days and weeks. Joining us now to discuss.
My people, what were we doing in Africa? Oh my gosh. I don't know if they set this up. What are my people doing out there in Africa? We got to stop this, guys.
Discuss this is an infectious disease physician and senior scholar at the Johns Hopkins University Center for Health Security, Dr. Amesh Adalja. Dr. Adalja, thank you so much for joining us. So when it comes to the spread of this virus into the United States, how are we doing so far? Are we doing a good job in making sure that it does not come to the U.S.?
Yes, all of the plans that we have in place are going to minimize the likelihood of any Ebola case ending up in the United States. That being said, you need to have programs, you need to be proactive, you need to do things like funnel people through certain airports like we're seeing, and you have to be at the ready because things can happen. And I think although this poses...
Well, things can happen. What the hell is he trying to say to us? Come on, man, lay it out. Lay it out. I need to know the facts. I need to know the facts.
No major threat to the general public in the United States. It is something that we have to recognize could impact the United States. And
okay, guys, I just saw that right there. This is what we're going to be all wearing pretty soon here. Let me rewind this back. Do we have to be wearing this right here? Do we got to wear that now? Do we have to start wearing gloves and yellow suits and over and goggles? We're about to go full blown quarantine walking around here to the grocery store. Is this what's next? I mean, is this what's next? Is this what they want to do? They don't like Trump that much. They're about to do this now. They don't like our president this much. They about to do this. We're about to be going out there walking around with thick washing dishes, gloves, and some color. They're like, oh my gosh, look at that. They are covered up from head to toe. Ooh-wee. That's going to be some day. Listen, when you say the word Ebola, for years we know how dangerous this is. I mean, people don't come out of it too cleanly out of that. You know, they don't make it to the other end. Oh my gosh, can you believe this? This is going to be something. Oh my gosh. Let's see what else they're going to say.
Could impact the United States. And I think that's why it's really important to extinguish this outbreak at its source. That's the best way to keep Americans safe, is to extinguish this outbreak in the DRC.
We have lived through an outbreak before. The last one in the United States was in 2014. But for those who need a reminder, what happens when you do have Ebola, and are there treatments for it?
There are treatments for certain species of Ebola. For this particular species that's causing the outbreak in the DRC now, it's called the Bundibugyo species of Ebola. There aren't specific treatments.
It's called a bunga bunga. What the hell? Who named these things? The bugga bugga. Oh Lord, it should call it's the dead. Oh my gosh. Let's see what else they're saying.
But there is supportive care. So IV fluids and electrolytes replacement doesn't sound like much, but that can go a long way to decreasing the mortality, because oftentimes people become very, very dehydrated with Ebola because of the symptoms. There are experimental treatments that are going to be used against this strain. The American that's being treated in Germany is getting
experimental. They know exactly how to handle this stuff, I believe. The good news, they got some experimental stuff out there. Or they were just going to do some test tube babies again. Here we go again, guys. My gosh.
an experimental monoclonal antibody that's targeted towards a different species of Ebola, but may work. And there are people trying to do some clinical trials relating to antivirals and even vaccines. So the science is moving, but this outbreak has been going for at least a month plus before people started to notice it or recognize it as an Ebola outbreak. So it's going to take a while to actually wind it down and to actually get some situational awareness to understand its scope.
Yeah, and it becomes more and more disheartening, concerning as those numbers in the Congo continue to tick up. When it comes to the United States, though, Doctor, in the airport situation, is it possible for somebody to come to the United States through an airport before they have any symptoms, pass the test, come into the United States, and then spread it that way?
It's very unlikely because
That's not the word I want to hear. He said very unlikely. We're going to have to stop all stuff coming from Africa, guys. Hey, listen, we got to stop all that travel from Africa to United States until they get that under control. I mean, like zero. Come on, Trump. You're on board with me on this one here. This is some crazy stuff, guys. If you don't know what's going on, you say, what's going on? What's going on? I'm telling you what's going on right now, guys. Breaking Ebola travel restrictions expanded to Atlanta airport. They're going to just do temperature face checks, questionnaires, and monitoring the symptoms is not good enough. We got to do more. We got to keep them out of United States. That's what we need to do. Keep their butts right where they are. The CDC says that the current risk to general U.S. public is still considered low. No, it's considered high risk. If you got a plane that's from Africa and is landing into United States, Atlanta, Georgia, come on, international airport, no way. Nothing there should be landing here until it's 100% contained. Not 99, not 20, not 40, not 60, not even 99.9. We need 100% contained if possible. Why they're expanding it? You know why they're expanding it? Because they're concerned about it. And we need to be concerned about it. Should Americans be worried? Hell yeah, because we saw what they did to COVID under Trump. And now they're doing Ebola. Oh my gosh, just imagine what Ebola can do. Man, oh my gosh, you don't even have to force people to go home, stay home. They're going to be staying because they're going to be considering staying home. I'm just curious, are these airports contained? I'm watching travelers go all back and forth and stuff. They walking and they sit in that plane, that air circulating back and forth. I know they said that if you research them, which I did in this particular Ebola outbreak here, most about Ebola can only be spread if they show symptoms. And once they show the symptoms, it can be spread. So they don't show any symptoms, they can be spread. And it's only spread two ways: blood or fluid liquids, bodily fluid liquids. So that's one of the things that we still got, that's kind of like the AIDS virus. Didn't that start in Africa? Hell, AIDS started in Africa. That's some deadly stuff that we started in Africa, boy. It's dangerous, boy. Hell no, it's not government overreach. This is some concerning stuff. And why only certain airports? I don't understand that. Maybe because there's a lot of Africans in Atlanta. I don't know. But I know they all over the United States. We're gonna have to shut it down. You cannot come back home until we get this 100% contained. This should impact travelers nationwide because, guys, we got to make sure they don't make it back here to the United States. They don't need to go to Sweden. They don't need to go to Europe. They don't need to go anywhere else. Australia won't need them to reroute themselves to Canada and come back here. No. We got to make sure. This is why we got to have those borders and security systems locked down, guys. This is the real thing that's going on here, guys. Do you trust the airport screening? Should travel restrictions be stricter? I think they should be. I think they should close the damn door, like boom. Would you travel internationally right now? That's the question also I have. Would you travel internationally right now? Do you think the traveling should be restricted even more? And do you trust these screenings? I don't know. Do you trust them? I don't know. It did a horrible job with the COVID-19 containment, right? The COVID-19 was contained by China. That was in China, by the way. Oh my gosh. Hey guys, this is Mike. Thanks for watching. I hope you watch more of my content. Hit the like, subscribe button. Take care. Bye.